Hey, it's Robert Mason from the band Warrant in the C2 cockpit, and you are watching the Kourse Metal Show.
What is going on, guys? Look who we got with us here. We got our buddy Ryan from Metalcast. What is going on, my man?
Not much, dude. This is great. I appreciate you inviting me back for another Hair Metal Roulette, or what do we call it again?
Aquanet Roulette,
Aquanet.
that's kind of like what seems to be the consensus, but it's all part of the Crash Course Casino at the same time. So
Yeah.
so like
Make
we
some
like
money.
like we always say, you either come here for some ear candy, you're gonna leave with some ear candy, or an STD, one or the others.
I'll stay.
I suggest you hit, sir.
I also like to live dangerously.
As you wish, sir. 20 beats your 5. I'm sorry, sir.
And I love the random stuff because it just shows like how many different genres and categories just instantly pop up. And some of them, and you pointed out some holes last time, like Lord Tracy and some Choir Boys stuff. And I was like, ooh, that's a hole in my catalog. So here we go. It's good.
I was not aware of that.
I was gonna say, yeah, man, definitely. It's always fun like this. Like you said, it's just random, and we have no idea what we're gonna be talking about, and that just adds to the element of like whatever comes to your head first is what we say.
That's right. Cool.
All right, so we will get started with the first one here. All right, so we have 240. I didn't change it since the last time since you and Brian came on, so it's still 240. So. Ooh, okay. Very interesting here. I want to know what your thoughts are with Guns N' Roses' Chinese Democracy.
All right, this is going to be a very unpopular one. So I'm not a Guns N' Roses fan. It's very odd, very odd. Again, like there's certain things that just don't click right here, and I don't know quite what it is because I've said before, like Axl's voice is a fraction away from Bon Scott, Brian Johnson, Tom Kiefer, Don Dokken, whoever it may be. But to me, it doesn't register. I don't love Axl's voice, and it could be attitude as well. Like at this point, I will never talk shit about Guns N' Roses because they are who they are, and I do know that their musicianship is amazing. Just like the Motley '94 album. Like I know the musicianship is amazing, but I just can't really get into it. Guns N' Roses is the same way with me. There's like, of course, Welcome to the Jungle. I've always liked that song. You Could Be Mine. I've always liked that song. I don't know what it is about those two that I really like. The rest of it, dude, I could truly live without. And this album was highly anticipated. I've never heard it, and I don't know anything about it other than what was on the radio.
Okay. All right. Interesting. So first and foremost, I'm going to say, did you say Tom Kiefer?
Is that not how you say it?
Kiefer.
Kiefer.
Yes. I was going to say, because some people do say it like just by like how it's spelled, because some people like drink Kiefer or, drink, and then like some people say Kiefer. So like, but I've always known it as to be Kiefer. So we're going to run with that.
Perfect. I've never known how to pronounce it. So
okay. All right. No problem. Dude. All good. I have to say, I haven't heard anyone other than AI say Kiefer. So I don't know if I'm talking to a real person over here.
Dude, maybe I'm at that level.
Dude, maybe you might be iRobot or the Terminator. I don't know.
Maybe.
You do love You Could Be Mine. That was on Terminator too.
I know. I was thinking that too.
Bro, you might be an AI. I don't know. All right, but as far as this album goes, Chinese Democracy, I am on the other side of the unpopular opinion.
Okay.
I really like this album. So, as far as your thought on Guns N' Roses, yes, they are important to the sleaze, to the hair metal and stuff like that, but I don't listen to them anymore. I haven't really dug into their stuff the past 5 years or so. I do prefer like Use Your Illusion 2 over 1, but 2 fucking albums of that, like, okay, there's way more better stuff in 1991. But yes, Appetite for Destruction, Rocket Queen's great. Like that's a great song and stuff. But like, I'm tired of hearing the same 3 songs all the time on the radio and just everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But as far as this album though, since that is the topic at hand, it took me a couple years for this to grow on me because I remember when this came out. and obviously everyone's excited and such. And you
Yeah.
always heard like this took 15 plus years to do. And this actually, Ryan, is what either the most or top 3 most the album that cost the most money to make. So,
Oh wow. Oh my
yes, which you can kind of understand with Axl wanting everything perfection and just the longevity and like how long it for them to pretty much release this.
Right.
Man, like the song "Sorry" is really good. Better is awesome. They did. It was either Better or Sorry that they made a single.
Yeah, I
And
remember the song Better.
yes. Okay. So that was the single then. And that song is, you know what? It probably is a top 3 Guns N' Roses song for me.
Wow.
Shocker. Yes. And even to this point now, yes, you could say like Axl was singing like album spans like 15, 20 years. So
Right.
I don't know if we're getting 30-year-old Axl in some of these songs, just kind of like, dubbed up a little bit, or are we
Right.
getting like 40-year-old Axl? Like where are we at here?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, though, Axl sounds great on this record. I think, obviously, if you like his voice and stuff, like I think he's still like this still sounds like Axl. This still sounds really good, but obviously, it's not Slash. It's not the rest of the band. So, and also too, I would say if you're not a fan of Buckethead, like Buckethead's the guitar player here, you can tell his fingerprints are all over this. But then again, you have a revolving door of musicians here too, so that doesn't help with the album and just people liking it.
I see.
So you're certainly not gonna like this album if you don't like Buckethead's work. But man, I like talking about this album because this is an album that a lot of people kind of shit on. Well, they do shit on this, but like I'm like this is, and everyone that I kind of talk to in person are like, this is actually a good album. Like there are more lovers of this album than you would think there would be for how bad like this was.
Yeah, and I think that like what really does push me over the edge, and the same thing with like Sebastian these days, is just like their attitude towards people sucked, and it sucked from the get-go. Like he yes, he was like the epitome, both of them were like the epitome of rock star, but like then you meet like a Kip Winger who like was like, oh no, that person was in line first to take a picture with me. Like, you come over here, dude, versus hot chick or whatever. Like they're so polite, so nice. Right. They don't talk shit. They don't throw shit in the audience. It's like they're not 4 hours late for a show. It's stuff like that that puts me over the edge of really not going balls deep.
Yeah. I'm with you. Like if like Sebastian Bach and Tommy Lee, like I don't know if I could honestly be in the same room as those two for more than 10 minutes.
Totally.
Honestly, I would probably lose my fucking mind.
Bring those little assholes get out of line. I'll personally kick the shit out of them.
Yes, that is kind of our thoughts there on Chinese Democracy. Let's take a spin and see what else we have here coming up.
Right.
Yeah, it's just one of those albums that I think I actually have that on vinyl. Like, I remember when that came out, I found it for like $2, brand new at FYE. But somehow it went platinum.
Oh wow.
So take that for what you will. But
yeah.
All right. So what we have here is very So this is Thunder with their second album from 92, I believe.
I think you're right.
Now, are you familiar with England's Thunder?
Love Thunder's debut. I have this one. I'm not nearly as familiar. Huge into their first album.
Okay. All right. I'm kind of similar. Like, I'm not the biggest Thunder fan, but I do have both these albums. But I'm just not too familiar with this one because I just picked it up this year, actually.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But I will say though, pretty much all of the songs did make the iPod. So like, I think I do like more songs off this album than I do the debut.
Okay.
But to be like, hey man, you gotta check this song or that song out. I don't know it that well, honestly, to be like, hey, check this song out. But I 100% check out this album though.
Yeah, and Thunder's like the crown jewel like of that time frame in their region. You know what I mean? Like their Donington appearance when they came out with the first album was like legendary because I think it was the 90 Donington that had Whitesnake as the headliner. And Thunder, from everything I've read, completely stole the show. Like Whitesnake, I loved the Whitesnake 1990 Donington DVD and CD release. Like I love that version of Whitesnake and the set list and the song choices. But Thunder came out hot, and they had that English crowd going, and so they were like the hard rock Bad Company at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like AC/DC Bad Company with like a little bit of glam metal, which is killer. So that's why, like, that first album, I can recite shit through and through. This one, I need to pay more attention to.
Yeah, and obviously 1992, very good year for us as far as like looking for albums and stuff. So this album here is Laughing on Judgment Day.
Yeah.
1992. Because there's a song on here. I think it is just called Judgment Day. If I'm not, I might be mistaken here. Oh yeah, it's called Laughing on Judgment Day. Very good song. I like the title track. I'm trying to think here what other ones. There's 14 tracks on this son of a bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Almost 70 minutes long.
Wow. Awesome.
But like I said, I probably have at least 10 of these tracks on the iPod. So like, it wasn't like I'm slogging through this album either. It certainly kept my attention. And I don't think there is a cover at all on here. I don't think. All of it is from Luke Morley. So all right. I mean, that's a big plus when you got that many tracks and none of them are a cover.
Totally.
So, good deal. All right. So, yeah, I mean, like, the debut album's good. I'm with you. Like, She's So Fine and, shit like that. Love Walked In. Good stuff. But that's an album I just don't really get to that much, though, for some reason.
Yeah.
All right. We have here Child's Play. Talk to me.
Another one where I bought it. Not new, but when I was first getting into the genre and I saw their video and I was like, ooh, another cool new discovery. And so I bought the album and I like it, but I kind of like lumped them into the love-hate world with me. Like, I love Blackout in the Red Room, but the rest of the album I don't really like. The song Blackout in the Red Room, the rest of the album is a little off for me. Child's Play was a little bit more consistent, a little bit more hard rock, but in that same screechy vein as Jizzy Pearl a little bit, it seems like. And I remember their one like actual video single I really, really liked, and the name of it's escaping me right now.
Rat Race, the title track. Yeah.
Yes. So I really liked that. Another one where it's a little bit like Thunder, where it's been a long time since I purchased it and really studied it. So it'd be a cool one to go back to be honest. I've been seeing this pop up lately in various things, and I was like, Child's Play, I forgot I even had that, and I need to like really re-engage with it.
Yeah, refresh yourself with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're local homeboys around here, like from Baltimore. They're from Baltimore, so like you have Kicks. That's like the crown jewel around here.
Yeah,
and then Child's Play obviously came out way later, and didn't really. They were big in the Baltimore scene, but like obviously didn't get much national notoriety. But man, like you said, the title track, the music video, Rat Race, awesome. I do like this album though, a good amount. But like you said, there are stuff on here. There is stuff on here that is kind of like, it's good, but it's not like a wow. Like, oh my gosh, you gotta check out some of these songs. But I will say some of the songs that you do need to check out is My Bottle. Very good. Love that. That was actually probably the first song I ever heard. I like randomly on YouTube when I was like 14 years old. I'm like, oh, My Bottle. Like, this sounds cool. Kind of gave me like a little bit of an Asphalt Ballet feel.
I see. Yep.
If you like Asphalt Ballet, My Bottle. Okay. The good old rock and roll is a good like opening track here. Because John Allen, the drummer, he does like some lead vocals on a couple of these songs. Like he really on the song Rat Race. You know how they go back and forth with some of the lyrics in the chorus, and the drummer's doing that. It's John Allen, and I basically what I'm trying to say is like it's going back and forth, and then John, after Child's Play in the 90s and the early 2000s, he went and did a new band, Charm City Devils, which I do have a couple of their albums, and it's actually really, really good. It kind of sounds like something like a production of 2000s, but very good hard rock, good ballads and stuff too. So like, well worth checking out if you do like obviously Child's Play and stuff like that. And now he's in a new band called Stone Horses, I believe. And I only heard one song from that the past year, and it sounded pretty good. So, I mean, John Allen is a really good musician and certainly one of the driving forces behind Child's Play here.
All
But yeah,
right.
good album though. Good album. I can't talk about it enough just because they're like really like local boys kind of
Yeah.
and like awesome. So
Cool. All
good
right.
deal. All right. Let's see what we got here for the third album of today in the Crash
Okay.
Course Casino. Let's see.
Ooh, it's
Okay. I know probably everyone knows about this album.
yeah.
Talk to me, Ryan.
God, what can we say here? Let's talk about Mr. Rainmaker.
Okay.
I mean, the fact that that wasn't a single and that wasn't, you can't call it the crown jewel because there are several on the album, but
Correct. Yeah, correct.
there was less light shined on that song than it's just a total, it's criminal that occurred. I will say that Blind Faith is always kind of like, I've kind of like skipped it forever. Like,
Ooh,
when yeah, dude, like when I first got the album, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a taped version and I left it off or something, but like for years, I just like forgot about that song. And then in revisiting everything, I was like, oh my God, like they performed it on Arsenio Hall and they like really, really wanted to like push that as a single. It didn't happen. But one thing that we have brought up, like we being like all the hair metal guru guys and stuff when we talk about this, is like what really brought it down. And I feel like the song Cherry Pie, I still like it a lot. I really like the song. The fact that the album is called Cherry Pie, probably it's okay. Obviously, it went well for them. Had they called it Uncle Tom's Cabin, it would have gone right over the 17-year-olds' heads that would have purchased it in 1990. But I think what would have been really killer is if they would have called it either Mr. Rainmaker or Thin Disguise and put that song Thin Disguise in place of like Train or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's just one theory that I was like, okay, to like help Janie's soul of like not being the Cherry Pie guy and maybe like cure him mentally a little bit and have Cherry Pie as a song on the album and a video and a single, which would be awesome because the song rips. If you listen to that song, it's totally hard rock just because the title is a little light, you know. Thin Disguise was so great, dude. Like, anyway, that's what I could talk about with Cherry Pie because it's so talked about, so discussed.
Yes, and I'm gonna latch on with you. Like, this is a great album, but not. All right. Well, before I start, let me just throw this question at you here. You said about Blind Faith. Are you a fan of I Saw Red?
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me throw this.
I don't dislike Blind Faith. I just kind of always like it. Always eluded me.
Okay. All right. So let me throw this next piggyback question on top of that. The first three albums, they both, or all three of them, have two ballads at least that are amazing and were pretty much singles. So the debut, you had Heaven and Sometimes She Cries, and then you had Cherry Pie with I Saw Red and Blind Faith, and then on Dog Eat Dog masterpiece, you have Let It Rain and also Bitter Pill.
Yeah.
So is there a couple that a set that you like more than the others?
In terms of ballads, if I could like couple some ballads.
Yeah. So like those out of those three sets, what would you say?
I love Let It Rain. I really like Sometimes She Cries. I would probably go with those two.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are your two favorite of the six then?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but now as the albums, so like you can only have two from the album. Which album set would you have?
Oh shit.
These are the questions we got to ask here. We got to solve these problems here facing humanity.
Dude, it's a toss up between the debut and Dog Eat Dog, to be honest. I think I'll go debut.
Oh shit, really?
Even though Dog Eat Dog is my hands down favorite. And not so much hands down anymore, but like it's like a 99 and the first two are like 90s.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. no matter what song Janie Lane's a part of, it's
Yeah,
awesome. Like
totally.
there's no slight on any of these like sets here, but I would honestly, I, I, oh, I yeah, it's not the debut set.
Mm,
It's not the debut set, certainly, because I'm not that I'm getting tired or played out of heaven, but it's like I don't think that's certainly a top 5
right.
ballad of Janie Lane's, I will
Yeah.
say. And that's like obviously the only one that they always play all the time.
Well, and me too. It's probably like between that and Blind Faith, it's probably like the lowest on my list. But because Sometimes She Cries is so
Okay.
epic,
Fair.
that's why
Fair.
I pushed it over the edge.
Let It Rain, though, I think I'm kind of like that with Sometimes She Cries with Let It Rain. Like
I see.
awesome shit.
Yeah.
But then again, like the 1-2 punch of Blind Faith and I Saw Red, like I don't know if there's a better 1-2 punch on like that were singles off
Right.
of a single album. Like, oh
Yeah.
my god. Okay, all right. So about this album here now.
Okay.
You're the only hell your mama ever raised.
Yeah.
Beautiful song. You know, I always like that song, but when I seen shit, Robert Mason do it live,
Yeah.
that song just came to life for me. Like,
Nice, dude.
because like some of the songs are like that, where like, yeah, I like him, but then when you see him live, it brings a whole new life to it.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I will honestly say, Paradise City from Guns N' Roses, never cared for that song. But then when I seen like a Guns N' Roses tribute or Guns N' Roses or whatever, and I was actually there live hearing it,
Yep.
that is a really good live song.
Mhm.
And it just brought a lot of energy. And that's the same thing with not Mr. Rainmaker, but that's a great song there too. But You're the Only Hell Your Mom Ever Raised. Love that song.
Yeah.
But to your point of Thin Disguise, I'm not even sure. I can't remember the last time I heard that, to be quite
Oh, wow.
honest with you. Which I am going to revisit now since you said that.
Yeah. It's crazy they left it off.
Okay.
It was a B-side.
Okay. So that goes to my other point here of I agree. Like, I like the cover Train, but please take that off and put either a Thin Disguise or Game of War or The Power.
Totally, dude. Those are awesome songs.
Yes, and because a buddy of mine had the original CD of Cherry Pie, and a buddy of mine had like the reissue or whatever with those demos on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are we doing here with Train? And these other 2 songs are just like thrown to the wayside here. I don't get why bands think. Who says that we need a cover now? Unless like a band is really like don't have nothing else to put on the album.
Totally.
And like I guess I can kind of get that, but goddamn well, Jane Lane had thousands of songs just laying around like this, and oh yeah, let's just do Train here.
Yeah.
Who's calling me a liar, you or the machine? Because I want to know whose ass to kick.
Okay, you said this isn't your favorite Warrant album, correct?
No, but yeah, if you made me rank them, I don't know how. Other than Dog Eat Dog being number 1, yeah, I don't know what I would do with the first 2 because there's so many hits on both, dude. Like, I'll say that the hits on, no, I can't say that either. Like, I was going to say equally, like the album tracks, I would say the album tracks on the debut are better than the album tracks on Cherry Pie. But I don't know
like the deep cuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Like In the Sticks,
I agree.
Riding High, So Damn Pretty, all, that stuff.
In the Sticks.
Yeah. They Cold Sweat, like all that stuff. I think I like the deep tracks on the debut more than I like the deep tracks of Cherry Pie.
And you took the words out of my mouth before we got to that part. And I agree 100% because I was going to ask you that, do you like the deep tracks? Like, which deep tracks are stronger? So you answered that question before I even had to ask it. So beautiful, because I'm in the same boat with you.
All right.
So,
Hell
good
yeah.
deal. All right. So that, I mean, I could talk about Warrant all day, but,
Of course.
sadly, we got 200 other albums we got to do. Now, are you a fan of the 4th album, Family Picnic, and
Ultraphobic? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Ultraphobic. Yeah.
I'm working on it, to be honest, because I love me some Janie Lane so much that kind of anything he touches, I want to at least give it a shot.
Yes.
But there are bands that I give a what were you thinking? And I know that Ultraphobic has become a lot of people's favorites. And I understand that. People grow up and they get a little deeper, and those lyrics or songs are a little deeper, but I'm working on it still. I'll just say that. What about you?
I've sat with it now for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
I don't really get to it. Like, I like the ballads on it, like Stronger Now and Chameleon, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I do like those. Family Picnic's okay, but when I'm listening to Janie Lane, I'm not listening to these songs. You know, that's kind of like where I'm at, like,
Yeah.
with it. It's fine. And I recently, like the last couple of years, picked up Warrant 96.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Ultraphobic over that any day. Like, to be completely honest with you, I cannot. That is one, like, I just can't get it. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't remember jack shit from it, and I kind of don't really need to go back to it.
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Which is a shame to say because it's Janie Lane, but
I get it. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right, so we have here, Ryan, Jackal's debut from 1992. Talk to me.
Love it. Love it. I mean, it's the rebirth of Brian Johnson.
Ooh,
A little bit. You know, back in my younger innocent days, I was like, oh, AC/DC's on TV. And I was like, oh, wait, that's Jackal. You know, I know there's similarities, but I like it a lot. I've always liked Jackal a lot. They're a hardworking, blue collar, grind your nose in it band that has like really poppy, catchy choruses. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
Down on Me and she, of course, she loves my cock. How could you forget that?
Not very catchy, but very memorable words nonetheless.
Stuff like that. But no, dude, I've always really liked Jackal. I think this is a great debut. I think it's a killer album, and the band is kind of, at least Jesse James is still chugging.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty much most of the original band still together.
Oh, yeah,
like, and to the point of, like, the whole catalog is really good and very, like, there's nothing out in left field. Like, you're gonna get Jackal. You know, it just, that's just the way it is. You're gonna get Jackal, and that's beautiful because that's why we love Jackal. But with this album, yes, I love it. But I will say there are some deeper cuts here that just don't jive with me compared to the next two albums.
Okay.
I think the next two albums are certainly stronger. Now, the singles on here fucking rip. Like, you got like 4 or 5 singles off this album in 1992, 1993.
Yeah.
Look the fuck out, dude. Like, this is a band that actually got stronger as the 90s went on.
Yeah.
You can't say that about pretty much any other hair metal band.
Like, I know.
Right? Yeah.
I feel like they just said, fuck it, we're putting our nose down and just going. And we're going to keep touring, and we're going to do cool, like, what was the record they set? Like, how many concerts in 24 hours? Something like that. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. It was like, what was it, in like the teens or something?
Yeah, I can't remember what kind of record it was, but I was like, damn, those guys got some stamina. This is insane, you know? So they just kind of kept doing like gimmicky, world recordy, chainsaw, blah, 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 you know, naked on stage, which I'm like, I can do without, but I think it's a good gimmick. Good job.
You gotta do something in the 90s with so much bad music.
Of the death of Kurt Cobain, do you feel like saying something, or?
He was a good aim.
Yeah, totally.
Stand out.
Did you remember that song he did with Brian Johnson?
Yes, not Cut the Crap. It's like, it's off that album. God, it's
something like a gun, maybe.
What is it?
Is it something? Is there a gun in the title?
Yes, I was gonna say Loaded Gun, but that's not it.
No, it was a good song. I remember I bought the album.
Oh, Locked and Loaded. There you go.
Locked and Loaded.
Yes.
Yeah. See, it had a gun correlation.
Yeah, and obviously it's Brian Johnson too, so it's awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was great.
Okay, so let me throw this out here for everybody.
Okay.
1997. Find me a better fucking album than Cut the Crap from Jackal, please.
All right.
Is it possible? Right.
I don't think so. Not from 97.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because you got Brian Johnson. Okay, that's a plus in 1997 here, and you got Jackal doing fucking Jackal 1992 things, hair metal things, and you got 11 tracks here on this. Oh, and Cut the Crap. I know we're talking about the debut here. We'll get back to it, but I got to talk Cut the Crap because it's an amazing album.
Yeah.
Now there is, I will say, probably more what's the word, like somber or matureness, dark. So there's like one or two darker tone songs on here.
Yeah.
But they're actually awesome though. Like they're really, really good, but not like grungy, like, oh yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, any thoughts as far as like where that album ranks for you? Cut the Crap.
Cut the Crap?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, like you said, the consistency is there. Like throughout kind of all their albums. Like I can't really complain about any of their shit. Like it's one of those bands like Y&T that just don't have a clunker. I think
that's a good point.
You know?
And like you said, always put on a good live show. I think I've seen them like 2 or 3 times now in my life. And like every time it's like, oh God, like so much bass and like so much attitude and awesome stuff.
Good.
And people can say it's the chainsaw gimmick. You can get the fuck out of here with that. I don't that ain't gonna fly with me.
So I put 2 and 2 together there and decided that you're pissing me off.
Okay, yes, they do use chainsaw on at least the first 3 songs, like one track on each of the first. And I would even say the Lumberjack is probably the weakest of the chainsaw songs.
Yeah.
So on the Cut the Crap, you had Cut the Crap, I think, was the song with the title track with the chainsaw, and then you had Headed for Destruction on the second album, Push Comes to Shove. Well, either way, the Lumberjack is not the best chainsaw song from Jackal, so I will say that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I got really like amped up here for Jackal. I didn't know.
Good.
You
gotta drink them when you're done.
What? You know what it was? I was at the gym earlier, and I heard I had my playlist on, and Push Comes to Shove, the song came on. And
nice.
I was like, this is fucking awesome. 1994, get the fuck out of here. Beautiful stuff. So, but I will say that I stand alone off of the debut here now.
Yes.
You know, probably the most played song on my iPod or on my iTunes from the last like 15 years. So there's that. You know,
dude, yeah, you can't mess with those drums on that song. They're hard driving.
Great guitar solo too.
Oh, yeah.
And like Jesse kind of does. He's not rapping, but he's like singing fast as fuck.
Yep.
Like,
I love those songs.
Yes, all the way around. And the music video is actually really funny too. So
yeah,
they go to a Kmart, which ain't around anymore, obviously. And a tractor trailer bed truck, like, and they get kicked out. So it's just awesome. It's just funny shit, you know. Okay, let's see what we got next. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? That's actually kind of crazy because one of these songs came on at the gym too, and I was like, you know what? If we talk about this today, I'm gonna get amped up. I don't know if I get more amped up than I did for Jackal, but Ryan, talk to me.
Other end of the spectrum than Jackal here, but I fucking love this album. I love Alias, dude. This is like melodic rock gold. You're almost getting a little too light, you know, like Bad English and I don't really get along that well, and you know, and this is a fraction away, but it's still ripping like killer riffs enough, and I fucking love this album. I love the artwork. I love the back cover. I love it all. I think it's a great album. I had a big moment with these guys.
Okay, all right, very interesting. Which I agree. Because a lot of people don't really know about this because this is a Canadian supergroup, basically.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of these singles did go like to number 1 in the Canadian charts, so there's that. But I will say there is 11 tracks, and I honestly probably only have half the album on the iPod. But that doesn't mean anything because those songs that are on the iPod are very memorable.
Yeah, which half do you have on? Like I'm just wondering like what songs you chose to put on there.
The Power, Waiting for Love is an amazing ballad. Top 5 ballad probably for me.
Totally. Great.
Just thinking off the cuff here. Waiting for Love, certainly. I love that song. After All the Love Is Gone, What to Do? That was the song that came on at the gym earlier. And that just like gets into you and you just start like moving around with it. Like I really like that song too.
Yeah.
One More Chance, Stand in the Darkness. There's a decent amount of tracks here to really like play. I might actually have to play the whole album in full again and really like get into it, like sit down with it and be like, what is like, put me in the mind of Ryan here. Why is this such a great album for him? Which I think it's a really good album.
Yeah.
But why is it for Ryan a great album?
And it's like, is it Freddie Kirky? Is that how you spell it?
Kersey or something? Yeah.
He had like this luck. He had Sheriff, right? And they had that like a number one ballad. And then why is it eluding me? The number one, like the huge ballad on this album. It's not
Waiting for Love.
Is there a different one?
Let me see here. Oh, More Than Words Can Say.
More Than Words Can Say. Yeah. Okay. That's the huge ballad on this album. And that's what catapulted this thing to like some more success. And I remember hearing an interview with him and he was like, I just got lucky a couple times. Like I literally have like 2 songs that paid the bills throughout this entire decade. And those were the 2. And it was it was that one. And what was the Sheriff one?
I know it, but I'm trying to think. I'll look it up here.
Yeah, and I think it was like number 1, if I recall. Like it was
When I'm With You.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, yeah. Besides that, I just think that like this era of the transition into the early 90s is like my wheelhouse, and this fits in there perfectly.
Can you draw a parallel here to well, like you said, Bad English, yes. But like a Canadian, maybe softer Danger.
Yeah, but I mean it's a little bit more classy. You know what I mean? Like
okay.
All right. You know what I mean? Like
I know. Yes, I know exactly what you mean because like I use that word like to define shit too.
Yeah, like
That's
like House of Lords and shit like that, where you're like they look like they're soaking in their dollar bills while they sing to a woman. You know what I mean? Like
yes, yeah.
Danger look like they're gonna come over and steal your sister, and you're like,
that's true. Yeah, just a cleaner version of Danger. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But what you said at the beginning here reminded me of something that I want to bring up because I don't ever talk about them, but I do have their 2 albums of Bad English.
Yeah,
which I agree with you. For the longest time, up until about 5 years ago, I was like, fuck Bad English. Like, yeah, I didn't put them as far as like in the Bon Jovi world to me, but like that is kind of like why I was like stayed away from. But I came across like their 2 albums like really cheap, and I thought, all right, give me them. I'll listen to them. I was actually impressed with what I heard, and they are still in the collection. And I will say, for you to check out the second album, Backlash, I think, from 91 or 92. So obviously a great year, either one. And so, because like the first one is like really melodic and like classy or whatever, like what you said. But the second one tries to get a little bit heavier. Obviously not heavy, but like a little bit more to it, a little bit more urgency, if you will. So that's kind of my thought on Alias and Bad English, basically.
and so many of these, I own all of them, and I've of course got Bad English way back in the day, and I was like, oh, I got to get them because they're and I was just like, and I think it's the singer, like he was so like 80s pop, and then they're like, let's grow his hair a little bit more and throw him with these guys, and it did. To me, it wasn't. They didn't sell me. Like the gimmick didn't really work.
That's kind of what I was gonna say too. Like sometimes the band just doesn't sell it, like the look and such. And there's plenty of I would say there's a good amount of bands that probably don't sell it. But then when you listen to it, then you're like, oh, okay, maybe it would have been better just not to even see what they look like. Then totally. It helps the other way though too. Like where it might not be that good, but you're like, oh shit, these guys are cool. Motley Crue. But all right. So let's move on here because I'm glad Alias came up because that's one I wanted to talk about for a little while. And Waiting for Love, that's a great ballad.
Love it.
Amazing stuff. Top 25 probably.
Nice. Oh boy.
All right. So we are gonna have a well-known album here, one that could say is very iconic to the glam metal subdivision of hair metal, and that is Look What the Cat Dragged In from '86. Talk to me.
Again, how was the song Look What the Cat Dragged In not a single? I think they had a lot of good ones on this album. Maybe they didn't need it. You know what I mean? Like it could have been like the 5th one, or I think they had 4. But I love this album. I still love it. I mean, there was a moment, probably like the end of high school, where Poison didn't leave my tape deck, you know, the first 3 albums. And I was very, very, very into Poison. Like equally to Motley, like Motley and Poison totally changed my life, like completely. And so this album, I stayed true to the deep tracks as well. I still like them. I think they're corny as shit, but I love them. You know, it's like I know I talked a lot of trash about Too Fast for Love. I still like it, but I don't ever go back to it. I love Livewire, and I don't really want to listen to the other ones anymore because they're just too different for me. This I will go back to. I don't regularly go back to it. There's got to be a reason for it, you know, getting brushed up on a podcast or a video or whatever.
Right.
But I do really like it still. And I think the song Look What the Cat Dragged In is in my top 3 Poison songs ever.
That's very fair. That is a really good title track, really good song. One of the ones I do revisit from this album.
Yes.
Like I always say, they're like Poison was a part of my life before I was alive with the family and stuff like that in the family car and stuff with Cinderella, Brittany Fox. So I talk shit on some of the Poison stuff, but that does not mean that I don't love it any less. But this album, though, I will say, as I'm getting older, this is like the least one that I visit. Now, I will say, to your point, the deep tracks is what I visit when I visit this album.
I see.
Get the singles out of here. I Won't Forget You, not a very good ballad at all. One that is right up there with probably some of the weaker shit of Motley Crue. I know that sounds very harsh.
Well, yeah.
Do you have a point for I Won't Forget You?
No, I agree. Like, I really like You're All I Need and Home Sweet Home. Love them both.
Okay.
I love them both. But the Dr. Feelgood ballads are just terrible. Terrible. They had that song Rodeo off Girls, Girls, Girls when they did the outtakes of Girls, Girls, Girls. There's a song called Rodeo that's amazing. And then there's Vince Neil's Forever off the album that you apparently don't like, his solo album, but I think those were far superior to like Without You and Time for Change. And it kind of goes to say, like, I don't mind I Won't Forget You, but I don't think it was like amazing.
It's not a hit, obviously. Well, I mean, it was kind of it did, I think, actually chart. But like to me, like it's like Poison actually does have really good ballads throughout the whole catalog.
Yeah.
Like even up until the 2000s and stuff. Like, because I even really like Crack a Smile, and and those ballads on there, like really good. Like, there's no shortage of ballads when it comes to Poison, but I Won't Forget You is a shortage. So that is where it happens, in my opinion.
Right for the time, maybe.
Yes, maybe. Now with the other singles, like I don't need to hear these again. If I'm listening to Poison, it's gonna be the more mature stuff. Native Tongue, yes, mature, but like I was gonna say, the next 2 albums, which ain't technically mature, but like it's not this though either. Bubblegummy like this. And number 1, Bad Boy, good song. Like you said, cheesy but good. Play Dirty. That is a song I always enjoyed. Once I really like detailed the album, I'm like, this is actually one that makes a lot of playlists. And number 1, Bad Boy kind of does too. But like Cry Tough, I like what the song is about and everything. Like, it is a good song. But yes, that wasn't the choice to put as the first single, I will say.
Right.
So I don't really need to hear I Want Action Again or Talk Dirty to Me. Give me anything off the next 3 albums and we'll be certainly okay. Or even next 4 if you want to throw in Crack a Smile.
Totally.
Over any of this. So Crack a Smile is one of those that's very underrated as well, I think.
Yeah. I love the direction that they went on at the end of Swallow This Live with the studio tracks on that album. Those are great. It's like the equivalent to Decade of Decadence with Primal Scream and Angela and Rock and Roll Junkie. Like, I love those songs.
I'm with you.
If those 2 bands could have just continued on that path with that version of those songs, that would have been amazing.
I agree 100%. Because that is some of my favorite Motley Crue stuff. Yeah. And also Poison. Like, what was the single? Tell Me Why. Off of that.
Yeah.
That is a really good song. And the ballad on here, not on that live. What was the ballad?
On the Swallow This one?
Damn it.
I can't remember what it was either.
It's because I get that one confused with the one with the title on Flesh and Blood.
The Life Loves a Tragedy or something?
Yes, it's not that then. Okay, so yeah, that's on the third album.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is so the ballad on the live on the live compilation, if you will, is Only Time Will Tell.
Mm.
Very good. Very
Okay.
good stuff.
Yeah.
That is right up there with the Flesh and Blood one that you said only not what the I always said Only Time Will Tell, but
Life Loves a Tragedy. Is that?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Because that tells you how long it's been since I listened to
I know, dude.
Poison album.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, we don't expect the Rolodex to be that,
Yes, because when I was younger, like younger as in like probably like 3 years ago, like all through my 20s, name that shit off like nothing. And then now,
Totally.
I don't know if it's just like I'm doing other shit, with life and stuff. It's just, and I feel like ever since I did the top 50 albums of hair metal, I feel like I've been just gravitating to like the shit that I just really, really like and like not really playing like the whole collection anymore. I don't know. Maybe that's a blessing and a curse.
Maybe.
Oh shit. All right. So yeah, that's our thoughts on Poison and more specifically Look What the Cat Dragged In. So let's see what our next topic of conversation is going to be. All right. So, yes, please talk to me here on this.
Another one where I had a moment with these guys, and I don't know. I think it was because I had a music video by them, and is it called Sweet Lorraine? Is that the?
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
And I remember them like kind of doing the like acapella thing before, like as they were warming up. They might have been on like a Metal Edge video compilation or something like that. I was really into it, and I was like, whoa. So I got the CD from eBay or something like that, like in the early, like probably 2000 or 2001 or something like that, when it first kind of came out. The eBay kind of first rose to the public. But I really like this album, and I just clicked on just randomly a live concert of theirs from this album, and they were like super popular in their what are they, British? And it was like, it was well attended, and they played well, and they looked well. I mean, they looked great. I really like this album. What's the other single that I'm not thinking of right now? Because it wasn't Sweet Lorraine, which I do like, but it was
Sweet Lorraine is on the EP that came out before this.
Yeah, dude. So what's really killer is the fact that they had to change their name to Jagged Edge UK. You remember that? Like it was just Jagged Edge, and then it was another band named Jagged Edge. Like, fuck, well, we'll put a UK on the end of it. But
because it was a R&B group, I think.
I believe it was,
yeah.
And then that one song, Hell Ain't a Long Way to Go. I think that's what the title is.
Okay.
It's like, I think that was maybe the single. And if you remember that chorus, it's huge, dude. That's a good chorus.
This is a beautiful album, man. Like, it did make my top 50. So like, I do love this album. But man, like, you had 12 tracks here, and it's like, I honestly, like, these are all like really, really good to where like I just can't like pick out one and be like, you gotta listen to this one or this one or this one. Just listen to the whole goddamn album because it's just awesome. Law of the Land, Fuel for Your Soul, the title track on this album. That chorus is just absolutely amazing. I that's actually a really underrated song, even by my standards. Like, that's one I absolutely love, and I will listen to this again here tonight after we do this. Liar. I think Liar might have actually been a single.
Yeah. And that's one that, like, his voice, when I first heard it, I was like, he's one of those singers that almost like go deeper when they go up in range, like Dio or Janie Lane. I know it's kind of weird to say those two names in the same sentence, but like, you know what I mean? Like, as they go up in range, their voice gets ballsier. And it's kind of the same thing with David Coverdale. And I've always got a little bit of Coverdale on these guys.
I agree with that too. It's just a great voice. Good guitar work, great band too. behind him. Definitely, I cannot recommend this album enough.
Totally.
And it's just a shame that there isn't anything else from them.
I
To
know.
my knowledge, anyway.
I don't know either.
Okay, yeah. 12 tracks as well, which I kind of mentioned before, and they're all really good. Like, when I'm listening to this album, like, once I get to track 10, 11, I don't feel like I'm at track 10, 11. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's keep going here. Let's ride this all the way out here and start all over. Like,
cool.
Yeah, it's. I think maybe because they were from England too, that hurt. What I say? This was 1991.
I think
or
it
90.
is. Actually, maybe it's 90 because
I think it is 90 because the EP is 89.
Yeah,
and they got obviously they released this as soon as possible. Then after that, so
yeah,
okay. I mean, even 1990, like that's early enough because that's the Choir Boys came out that year and they had way more success. Which not a lot of success by normal standards, but like they had more success than Jagged Edge did.
Yeah,
So interesting indeed.
Yeah,
I don't know what the deal. Maybe there was a lot of infighting or something with them,
maybe.
or
Yeah,
I don't know what.
They're too famous too quick.
Too great, too quick. Yeah, sometimes that does happen. Oh my goodness, we got Badlands' second album. Talk to me.
I don't want to talk about it because everybody's gonna shit on me for not being a huge Badlands guy, and I know they're like revered. I think it's Ray Gillen's voice. It's amazing range.
Mm-hmm.
It's clean. It's like Kelly Hansen is clean, and I love his voice. This voice, I don't know if I love this voice.
So unfortunately, if you guys heard that siren behind Ryan, he got called to a fire. So I am going to have to ride this one out here solo the rest of the way. And no problem. We enjoy Ryan's company here and his knowledge of these hair metal albums. And it's just awesome. But for the next couple minutes, I will finish out Badlands here, Voodoo Highway, if you guys don't mind. So this is an awesome album. This actually was kind of close to a top 50 album for me, but kind of to what I think Ryan's point was going to be, that he just can't get into Badlands that much, which I can see where he comes from, because as much as I like blues hair metal and shit, like and Jakey Lee and such, and Ray Gillen, because I like Ray Gillen from when he tried out for Black Sabbath, and did the Shining, and like the Eternal album was supposed to be with Ray, and I think that would have been an awesome album. Now I do like Tony Martin as well, but it's Ray though. I think I would prefer Ray in that spot. But anyway, coming back here to the second album, I think I like I like the second album more than the debut, and I know that shocks a lot of people because obviously it's hard to find these albums anymore, and I was able to get both of these albums at the same time, and so I put them on, and the first one is good. Like the singles are good. High Wire is awesome, great intro track, but there are some spots there where I kind of like just lose focus throughout the album, and I find myself not doing that as much here with Voodoo Highway. And I believe the last time the opening track was the music video single, which is actually kind of cool. They're like in the desert and like all the fire comes up then once fucking Jake goes into the heavy part of the song. But I will say though too, Whiskey Dust I like off this album. Shine On's decent. 3-Day Funk is interesting. Not my favorite, but I do remember it though. It is on the iPod. Love Don't Mean a Thing. Title track's fine. And the final track though, In a Dream, it's literally just Ray singing. That's pretty much it. Just Ray singing, and it's absolutely beautiful. Awesome song, lyrically as well. Great way to finish off the album, just because of how great of a song that is. And it's just real bare bones of a song, and it's just absolutely awesome. Ray obviously carries that song because it's just vocals, but This is a damn good album. Like I said, I think I visited more as an album. I visit it more than the debut, but I do visit a lot of single tracks from the debut more so than single tracks off of this album, which is kind of weird, actually, right? So, it is what it is. But I tend to go towards this album more than the debut. But both are really good, and I get why people love it. So I'm kind of like in the middle here with what Ryan was going to say, as far as like not really being able to get into Badlands. But I'm not the guy on the other side either that says Badlands is the best thing ever in hair metal or whatever. Just absolutely head over heels for it. To me, I'm in the middle. And this is a great album. And obviously, I've been trying to get into Dusk, the next album from like '97 or whatever. It's kind of a chore. Not that it's necessarily bad songs, but it's not these first two albums though either. But it doesn't really necessarily sound like 1997, like what was cool at the time. It's just kind of weird. It's just like leftover shit too. I don't know. It's just I want to need more time with it, but these first two albums obviously is where it's at, and I think give the second one here a try if you haven't already yet. It's well worth your time. Alrighty, I'll do one more, I guess, here for you guys, just so we can get pretty much an hour in, and that's what we kind of like to do with this series for each episode, an hour at least. And so, without further ado, let's do our finale right here. Let's see what we got, and hopefully it's something different, because we don't want to go home with no whammies. We want to go home with something. All right. Interesting here. We have Blue Murder's debut album. Good stuff. This was actually another album that almost made the top 50 for me, because like every year that goes by, this does get better for me. You got the fretless bass, awesome stuff all the way around. Tony Franklin's fretless bass, anyway, and you obviously do have here John Sykes coming over from Whitesnake and many other bands as well. And this is a 3-piece, obviously. And so you had the kind of a misstep, and maybe a very important early misstep that just they could not recover from. And that is when they released the first single and I guess music video for Valley of the Kings. That was probably not the right choice to put out as the first single, a 8-minute long song, which they did cut it down from the music video to like 4 something. But still, though, I don't think that was just the right move. Maybe for like the second or third single, you could argue that. But then obviously the next single was Jelly Roll, which is a way better. I don't know if I would necessarily say song. There are two different styles of songs, but I think Jelly Roll is certainly way more mainstream, digestible for the mainstream. The music video is cool. I do like the music video. Definitely different stuff here on this album. You have 9 tracks. I would honestly say I don't even know what my least favorite track would be, quite honestly. I think I pretty much like them all. Now you could argue Sex Child is like kind of a cringe song lyrically, like looking back now, like as like same thing with like 17 or Cherry Pie or something like that. But I think as a song, it's a little more serious than those songs. It's certainly sounding, but there's some cringe lyrics and stuff. But I when I'm listening to it, that's not like the first thing that comes to my mind. So like someone literally had to tell me that and put it in that context, and I'd be like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense now. Like, yeah, I guess that is kind of cringe, but like it's not like in your face or anything like that. It's still a good song. Lead off track, Riot. Title track, Blue Murder. Good. It is a heavier album. It's not exactly what you would think when we're talking hair metal. It's certainly a little bit on the heavier side of things, and even on the progressive side of things, I would say as well. In spots, but it's just a shame that John this album did not do what it was supposed to do. Not necessarily his fault, because Whitesnake, which obviously him, Sykes, and Coverdale were in an argument, and Geffen was more than happy to promote Whitesnake, especially coming off of '87 album. And you have these two underneath this umbrella company, and they just went with David with Slip of the Tongue instead of this album, you could argue. And that seems to be what happened, and it's a shame. And I do see here, though, that Tony Martin co-wrote Valley of the Kings. Interesting. I don't know how that happened. Like, where was this something that they were working on? I think actually, that actually makes sense, because I think Tony Martin was in the running or auditioned for this album, because also, interesting enough, since we just talked about Badlands, I think they even auditioned Ray Gillen for the vocals here on this album, which is actually very interesting that if this was on it, because this is closer to a little bit of that Black Sabbath Eternal Idol feel than, say, a hair metal, or than, say, a Badlands album. So there's that, but good album though nonetheless. It's just a shame though that the second album, like, it wasn't any of the the other band members other than John Sykes, really. So it was kind of like somewhat of a new band, new sound. Appice and Franklin, they played on parts throughout on a couple of their songs, but overall though it was a new band, and there's good stuff on that album. A couple good ballads, and the singles all right and stuff, but it's not this album either. So give it a shot. If you like this album, give that one a shot, but this is where you want to start, I would say. But guys, that is going to wrap up another day, another night at the Crash Course Casino. We want to thank Ryan for joining us here, even though he had to go fight fires, which, these albums were getting pretty hot, I guess, and, had to go fight some fires, but that is awesome. Thank you for his service. And he will be back. No doubt about that, because Ryan and Brian enjoy this series as well. And it seems like a lot of you guys enjoy this series. So this will be an ongoing series. And we are going to have to add a lot more albums, because there's a whole lot more collection over here that I can add. So we are going to be looking at probably 500 plus, but it's just the time to put these images together, and it's going to be a slow and steady process. Until next time, stay out of that collateral damage. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out the whole series right here.
I wrote that. It's called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.